Hello friends, welcome to RR Digital Big Data Hadoop training.
Today's session we'll discuss about Apache HBase model. Okay, so this Apache HBase module initially came from Microsoft company. So later Microsoft hand over HBase module to Apache company. Okay, so basically this Apache HBase module implemented on top of HDFS model. Okay, so backend at the end it will store data inside HDFS only. So this HBase model like most of the telecom domain companies and retail domain companies, okay, and social networking companies, so they are using this HBase model. Okay, so for example, if you consider telecom domain companies, okay, to store audio recordings, okay, so call detail records. So what they will do, generally they will process that recordings, okay, so audio files using web services, Java web services. At the end, that web services framework backend, it will connect to Hadoop HDFS. Okay, so inside HDFS, call detailed records it will store. So here we have few topics. Okay, so introduction to Apache HBase. So first I will cover about introduction, and then HBase data model means HBase architecture. Okay, and then HBase shell means here practicals. Okay, so queries I will explain. Okay, so how to write HBase queries and how to enter into HBase command prompt or HBase shell mode. Okay, so those all I will explain, and also how to connect a Hive module from HBase, how to update a record in Hive. Okay, so using HBase you can connect to Hive, and you can update a specific table related record in Hive. Okay, because initial Hive versions, Hive was not supported by DML commands like update, delete, not supported. So at that time, many projects using HBase, they connected to Hive table and they updated records. Okay, so that concept also important concept I will explain. And introduction to Apache HBase. Okay, so basically HBase is a open source. See, in Hadoop, all the components are models open source only. Okay, like Hive or Pig or Scoop, all components are open source only. Okay, and distributed. So distributed means backend we used HDFS, right? So basically our data, it will distribute into different data nodes, different machines. That is called distributed. Okay, so sparse means here it will not allow you to store null values or empty values in HBase. See, basically Hive, if you not pass any value for a specific column related, then it will allocate space, but null or empty it will store. Okay, but here HBase generally it will not allocate any space, and it will not allow you to insert any empty or null values in HBase. That is called sparse. Okay, and multi-dimensional. Okay, so multi-dimensional means basically in a HBase backend it will store data in a key value pair format. Key value pair format. Okay, why key value pair format means here if you store your data in key value pair format, uh, storage and retrieval will be very fast. Okay, so that's why by default in a HBase it will store data in key value format. And sorted. Okay, so basically sorted means in a HBase, okay, by default whenever you are trying to insert your data, it will apply in sorting order. While inserting itself, it will apply sorting. Okay. Also, whenever you are trying to retrieve the data, that time if you look up using a key, then it will be very fast retrieval. Like based on key, if you try to retrieve a value, then it will be fast. And a map, we know basically map, it will be associates keys to values. So each key, it will map to values. And persistent, so persistent basically in a HDFS, once you've written your data, that will be available until you remove. Okay, so HBase is basically a column oriented database on top of Hadoop they implemented. See, column oriented database means basically we have RDBMS, right? So RDBMS basically data it will store row wise. Okay, but in a HBase data it will store column wise. That is called a column oriented database. Okay, how it will store column oriented, that later I will explain. Okay, and here row key. Okay, so row key is mandatory whenever you are trying to insert your data in HBase. Okay, compulsory row key is mandatory. Okay, so without row key it is not possible to insert your data inside HDFS or HBase. So this row key basically it will work like your uh, primary key. Okay, and column families. Okay, so in terms of columns families means basically in a Hive we have a queue name or database names, right? Okay, so one database contains n number of tables. Okay, so here whenever you are trying to define any column, compulsory you have to define a column family name. So that particular column is belongs to which column family, that you have to specify here. Okay, and coming to versions, qualifiers I will explain later. Versions, so basically here employee name column is there. Okay, employee name column. So I inserted employee name value as Ram. Okay, so in HBase, first value it will consider as a V1 version V1, and again maybe after some time I updated a value for employee name. Instead of Ram, I updated Sam. This is called V2 version, second version. So like this backend it will create uh, versions. Okay, so this is a V3 version. Okay, so backend it will keep all the versions. Okay, but default number of versions, by default 3 versions. In case while creating a table, if you not specify versions, then by default 3 versions it will store in HBase. And now if you assume fourth value I updated, instead of Harshit again I updated one more value. So now backend what it will do, it will remove this. Always it will keep only latest 3 versions related data. Okay, so this is about versions. So whenever you are trying to retrieve the data, by default it will read v4 version related data latest. Okay, in case if you want old versions related data, then you have to specify in query, then only it will read whether last 3 versions related data or last 2 versions related data. Okay, so this is about versions. Next, automatic partitioning. See, backend HBase will take care about partitioning. Here manually you no need to specify or create any partitions. Okay. So about the scalability, we already discussed in a HDFS module, right? So whenever you want, you can increase capacity or you can decrease capacity, because HBase also implemented on top of HDFS only. Okay. And columns. So in HBase, there is no limit. You can create a n number of columns. Okay. And a cell, we know timestamp. See, timestamp basically, what is the use of a timestamp means whenever you are trying to insert a record, okay, it will update a timestamp. So this timestamp column we no need to create. Backend your HBase framework will create this timestamp column in that particular table. Okay. So what is the use means? For example, RAM updated at 4 a.m. Okay. So that information it will insert, and again v2 version, what time exactly updated. Okay. Now when user trying to retrieve latest value means it will compare timestamps. So which record updated what time, based on that it will come to know, right, which is latest version and which is the second latest version or which is the third latest version. So that is the use of timestamp in HBase. And HBase overview. So basically HBase will call a Hadoop plus NoSQL database. Okay, because here column wise we are storing the data, and at the end our data it will sit inside a HDFS. Okay, so HBase also basically from Apache company, and it is a open source project from Apache company, and used to provide a real-time uh, randomly you can read your data or you can write your data. Also compared to Hive, here you can process very large tables like billions of rows or millions of columns on top of your commodity hardware. Okay, so here we have HDFS. If you use a HBase model, or if you use a pig, or if you use a Hive, any model, at the end your data it will store inside HDFS only. Okay, so RDBMS row oriented, row wise it will store, even Hive also row oriented, but only your HBase it is column oriented. Okay, so HBase is built on top of a HDFS. Also HBase files are internally where it will store means inside HDFS. So next concept, HBase plus a Hadoop offering. So Hadoop offerings we already discussed when we started HDFS model. Okay, so we discussed about the fault tolerance and the scalability, and backend how mapper and the reducer will involve. Okay, and HBase basically randomly it will read your data and writes. Also high throughputs means more number of records it will insert in less time. Okay, so it will not take more time to insert more records. So basically Hive it will take more time, but in a HBase will insert your data very fast. That is called high throughputs. What is the difference between HBase and HDFS? Okay, so HBase we know built on top of HDFS, and it will provide a fast record lookup for large tables. And HDFS basically it is a file system. Your data it will store inside HDFS, and it does not provide a fast individual record lookup. And in HDFS data it will store in flat files, but HBase your data it will store in a key value pair format. Also column wise it will store your data in HBase. Okay, and next HBase it is a NoSQL database. So generally basically people will call that HBase is a NoSQL database. Okay. Also, that runs on top of a Hadoop cluster, and it will provides a random real-time read or write access. HDFS good for sequential data access. And record level insertion HBase is supporting, but HDFS not good for a record level insertion or incremental addition of existing data. Also, HBase supporting for updates. Updates means if you want to update a specific record, HBase is supporting, but HDFS not good for updates. So HBase is not yet traditional RDBMS. So like it will not work like your RDBMS. Okay, so HBase is completely different. So data layout in RDBMS row wise it will store, right? But in a HBase column oriented, column wise it will store your data. And the transactions, so RDBMS it is supporting online transactions. Okay, yes. Here HBase single row. And a query language, basically RDBMS will call structured query language SQL, but here we'll call NoSQL DB. Indexes concept RDBMS is supporting, but here row key we have to consider as indexes are primary key. Maximum data size RDBMS terabytes it is supporting, but your HBase petabytes plus it is supporting. So compared to RDBMS, HBase is supporting maximum size of data. And read and write throughput limits. Okay, so here for second RDBMS 1000 queries it will insert, but here for second millions of queries. Okay, so if you use a large cluster, if you are using a supercomputer, then millions of queries it will insert. And the data RDBMS good for only structured data, but HBase supporting to process semi-structured data as well as structured data also. So about null values we already discussed, right? So in a HBase good with the sparse tables means it is not generally it will not allow you to insert null records, but RDBMS are not optimized. It will allow. How it will store column wise in a HBase? How your data it will organize as column oriented. So here this is row wise. Okay, so you can assume this first table Hive, and this is the second table your SQL RDBMS, traditional RDBMS, and this one your HBase. Okay, so here first row if you see serial number here 1 RID. Okay, and here some URL. Okay, this is ID again name. Okay, so here also data stored row wise only. So same here if you see HBase home, here also HBase home. Okay, so this same row wise data here it will insert column wise. So here HBase Apache here it is there. Again here 3 of G4J. See here column wise, and again here HBase home. So in RDBMS or Hive, generally data it will store row wise, but here same that row wise data here it will store in column wise. That's why basically HBase will call as a column oriented database or NoSQL database. So HBase data model, coming to second topic, HBase data model. So here every row has a row key, so row key is mandatory. Okay, so to recognize a row, here row key is mandatory, compulsory. We have to consider one column as a row key. Also rows are sorted by row key for fast lookups. Okay, also rows are sorted on insert. Okay, so this already we discussed, right? See, when you are trying to retrieve the data, that time it will not apply sorting order. while inserting data into HBase, that time itself it will apply sorting. Okay, here scan means basically to retrieve data. Here we'll use scan command. That's why not during scan means not during a retrieval time. So while inserting data itself, it will apply sorting. And selecting appropriate keys for your application is critical for performance. See, in a HBase, uh, if you are trying to read your data based on key, if you apply, it will give fast performance. Results will give fast retrieval. Or if you are try with a different column, it will take more time. Okay, so based on key, if you retrieve, it will give good performance because in HBase backend, your data it will store a key value pair format. And the timestamp of an HBase cell. So about timestamp we discussed, right? Uh, Whenever you are trying to insert a record in a table, that timestamp column your HBase framework will take care, and what time exactly we inserted that particular record, that time it will update. Based on that, whenever you are trying to retrieve specific version related data, then a timestamp will help you to retrieve. Okay, so here HBase column family attributes. Okay, so in HBase we have few concepts. By default, your framework will take care. Compression technique. So compression backend it is supporting uh, none, GZ, LZO, snappy. Okay, so if you not specify, by default it will consider none. And versions default one version, it will possible versions 1 plus, like n number of versions, but a default number of versions 3 it will consider. And a block size, in a HBase block size 1 by 2 2 GB, 1 by 2 2 GB. Default block size 64 64 KB. Okay, and in memory true false, by default false. Okay, if you want you can enable true. Block cache true false, by default true. Okay, so this basically whenever we need, then we can enable this true or false. If in memory concept is required, then you can make it true. And block cache anyway we no need to do, by default to true. Versions, while creating a table we have to specify, in case if you need more than 3 versions, then you have to specify. If you not specify, by default it will consider 3 versions. Compression means basically, see, backend it will apply zip and unzip, right? So if you zip your data, size will reduce, right? Okay, so that your storage, HDFS storage will save. Okay, so designing tables. Okay, so for example here we have client. Okay, so client have one record. Okay, so that record, if client want to retrieve, okay, backend these two, basically you can assume HDFS. Okay, your data is there in HDFS. So first it will check which column is related to which column family. Okay, so if column family 1 related means it will send here, from here it will go to HDFS, from there it will read your data. If specific other column is related to your column family 2, then it will go to here, and from here it will read your data. So you people will get more clarity when we start explaining a HBase architecture. Okay, Hive disadvantages and HBase advantages. Okay, when we process terabytes of data, at the time Hive process will be very slow. That is one drawback in Hive. Also, Hive doesn't support DML commands in older versions. Okay, even still now also many companies they are not using DML commands in a Hive model. They are using some other models. And a HBase advantage. HBase is basically alternative for Hive, and also it will run on top of HDFS. Also another advantage, backend it will store your data as a key value pair format. Compared to your Hive, HBase is 10 to 12 times faster if you are processing terabytes or petabytes of data. See, your data size is GBs or MBs, then not much difference between a Hive and a HBase. But if you are trying to process a large data, terabytes or petabytes of data, that time it will give 10 to 12 times fast. Also, HBase supporting updates. So if you want, you can update specific record or specific value. Also, we know, right, there is no space wastage in HBase because null values it doesn't allow you to store. Also, by default, HBase is storing three versions of data, right? Like three old versions related data. Or if you want, you can increase the 6 versions or 10 versions. Okay.
Thanks for watching this session. Also, please subscribe our channel for more training related videos. Bye friends.